Plugged in and switched on. This is the Star We Are, live.
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to The Star We Are.
Jane Ashley, House of Slater, first of her name, Queen of Cowboys Nation and the first reporters, protector of the fan base kingdom, mother of microphones, the ruler of the great grass field, the incomparable breaker of Joneses, Queen Jane Slater.
Instead, sometimes you need one of these big boys, the leaf blower.
You know, we're better for having you guys out there. So my honor to be on your show. I know how much hard work you guys put into it.
You inspire me. Like, it is amazing what you do. So I just kind of want to know, being in a field that is mostly men, what is it like to be you, a woman absolutely killing it out there?
I started in this business 2004 working in Tyler, Texas. And the only women that I can remember covering the Cowboys, there was Jen Olsen with Channel 8 here in Dallas, Shireen Williams, who has just been an incredible mentor. Gina Miller, of course, at CBS 11 was also here. But I feel like as much as I feel like we've gotten more women, we've also lost a lot of them, but for good reasons. I mean, the temperature has changed for us women. Like, I find the players to, treat me no differently than they treat the men. I find the coaches incredibly respectful. I had such a great relationship and still do with Rod Marinelli, because he always appreciated that I came with a clipboard and I wrote notes down, and, I'd always, record the interviews, and he loved people that, worked like that. He said, you don't see people actually taking notes anymore. I do feel like the beat is more welcoming than what it was when I started.
I absolutely love to hear that. Like, I think that's awesome. And it makes me feel good to know about you taking notes, because I take notes for everything. Otherwise, I can't think straight.
I've got him right here.
Oh my goodness.
One time, what are your expectations realistic as a fan?
And I know a lot was made about not seeing the fans out at training camp. And look, they've been out there a lot longer than they normally are. I do think that some of the apathy that is set in is you don't have like the big bright stars like, DeMarcus Ware with his $1 million smile, or Des Bryant with energy for days, or even Jerry Jones, who used to walk around the fence line and do interviews, sign autographs, etc. There's a little frustration. I also think the fans it's no different than, dating. It's like, somebody tells you that they're not going to disappoint you, and they make all these promises, and then they screw it up again, but this time even worse. And that's what the last two postseason games have felt like. I was there in Santa Clara, and I was here with Green Bay. I don't know what to expect from this Cowboys team. I do think that the East is fairly wide open, even though I think on paper the Eagles look like they have a better roster. Last year, they just had such an epic collapse, at the final 5 of their 6 games. But now you've got Vic Fangio there, who seemingly had the blueprint for Dallas. I've got to think that Mike McCarthy wants to fight for his job this year, right? I've got to think that if Dak Prescott comes back, that's a good thing, because he's going to want to justify whatever the $55-60 million is that he's getting paid, or he's essentially auditioning for his next team as what's going to be the most lucrative, quarterback in the offseason. So I often joke that when we talk the least about these Cowboys is when they actually exceed all of our expectations. It's almost like your expectations low. I fully anticipate that the Cowboys are once again going to be competitive. I think their schedule sets up fairly nicely for them this season.
The back half for sure.
I think that's the one thing. And then I think if they can get CeeDee Lamb back, I think they've got some nice pieces. I'm very lukewarm on what I think that this team is capable of this year. And I think a lot of people are, quite frankly.
That's fair. Lukewarm. That's a good term. And that's
I was about
very,
to
very
say
fair.
the same thing.
That might make Jalen happy. We all know they hate each other, even though they try to cover it up.
I don't think they hate each other. I was just amongst their camp, because I've got Packers, Eagles in Brazil week 1. And Sirianni at least admitted that, like most relationships, you've got to work on it. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's miscommunication. You need a little therapy. Again, it's a new season. Talk to me mid-season to see where they're at. But yeah, I think they've at least turned the page there.
We're going to get into having a little bit of fun now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to play a couple little games. And we'll start off with which star was it?
Okay. All right. So I'm going with Jimmy J's hair. You get 1.
Okay.
Okay. River Ridge in the band. I'm going Landry's Legend here. And then number 3, I'm going Sammy.
By default, Sammy isn't it?
So we do have a reveal for you. You are 1 for 3.
Okay.
1 for 3. Sammy is injury prone.
Okay. Yes. You're like me.
DJ Savage says Jane is doing her best Elsa enactment. That's a Frozen reference. Very funny, EJ.
Yeah. See all this equipment? This is from the NFL Network, and I have problems with the motherboard once a week. You gotta love it. Yeah, this is. I'll just go ahead and give you a view. You can get a behind the scenes here.
Yeah,
So this is the big motherboard here, and then
Okay.
that's all the equipment, and then this is where I do my laundry, and that's the backdrop.
Nice. That's the famous backdrop. We've got a nice little list of songs here, and so it'll just be two hits that got to go on Jane's playlist, 2 misses that no, you can keep it off my playlist. What do we got?
Oh, that's easy. Cowgirls, Morgan Wallen, number 1.
Okay.
This is tough because there's some good ones on here.
There's some good ones.
I think Hypnotize, Notorious B.I.G.
Oh, 2 for 2.
So
Yeah.
Barbie Girl. I used to love Ironic, but man, it's so depressing now that I listen to it at my older age. I saw her at ACL and I was like, I would sing that song at the top of my lungs when I was younger. And I thought it was like such a great song.
After a long Sunday, what is your post-game routine? A nap, relax on your phone, music, nice cold drink, studying your notes for tomorrow?
I mean, the post game is always chaotic, if I'm being honest, because, a lot of times the Cowboys have a 3:25 kick. And so if I'm here in Dallas, I typically don't get home until, 9:30, 10 o'clock after we've done locker room. And I've typically been up since 4 a.m. and at the stadium at 7. It's the world's smallest violin, to quote Jerry Jones.
She did say, everybody, she just wanted to apologize for everybody. What's up, Tuck? We see you in the building. Jane was having some technical difficulties. We'll go ahead and end the show like we were going to end it. Let's do what I watch every morning for inspiration.
Jane watches it a lot too. She had it pinned for a while.
She did. I think it still is pinned. Oh, the effort.
It is quality too. So she.
I got concussed.
No, you're good, Jane. You're good.
You're good.
No, that's good.